So, two things about resistance. What is resistance? Well, technically, it's negative emotion. Anytime we're feeling negative emotion, we are experiencing a resistance. So, that is us in our human bodies on the planet encountering something that doesn't feel good, period. So, when it comes to relating to resistance and caring about how we feel, then we're super aware of when we're not feeling good, because we've made this commitment to ourselves to care about how we feel. It feels good to feel good, all of that. So what happens when a situation presents itself and wow, that does not feel good? Well, it is information. It is data. Whenever we see something we don't want, we are asking for the improvement. So you could say that without these kind of moments, you can create from the top half of the emotional scale, Abraham Hicks will say, without having to dip down into negative emotion. But without negative emotion, without negative experiences, we'd be done. We'd be finite. So with negative experiences, negative emotion, we are creating. We are asking for the improvement. That is, as Abraham Hicks talks about it, step one of the equation of the ask and it is given. Okay, so what stops us from the given part? Not source. Source gives it to us immediately in the moment that we have asked. Sometimes we don't even quantify that we want something. Source is just already saying, yes, here. But we have to be with the source within on that same page, working on closing the gap towards what we want. Like Abraham Hicks will say that too. We close the gap to what we want. If we're not doing that, then we're just stuck in the resistance. So when it comes to resistance, even though it doesn't feel good, it is a good thing. This is helping us clarify what we want. This is helping us be aware of something that we don't want, and therefore what do we want, and therefore we are creating the improvement, and therefore we are asking, and therefore it is given. So we can take the sting out of resistance by appreciating it for its intrinsic value, which is expansion, right? As long as we're expanding, we are eternal. If we cease to expand, we are no longer eternal. So anything that's finite, if you think about something that's truly finite, I mean, it's kind of dead, right? It doesn't have anything more. But we are eternal, and our expansion is a big part of that. So negative emotion, resistance is a good thing. Make friends with it. And how do we make friends with it? In the second way I'd like to talk about how to make it easier to go through resistance is we go general with our thoughts. When we're not feeling good, general thoughts will always cause us to feel a little relief, a statement at a time, a feeling at a time. Now, if we're not used to doing this work, it can feel like they don't, so you might even have to go even more general than you're thinking. But when you think about talking to someone who has your best interest at heart, and you're going through something and you're just right down in all the details that don't feel good, and they say it's going to be all right. Now, sometimes that can really be annoying, but look what they're doing. They're going general with their statements. They're trying to soften it for you, right? They're trying to help. So we can do that for ourselves. It's called self-soothing. We can relax ourselves to the point of taking the sting out of the details by gentling it up. And it just depends on how gentle and how general you need to go to feel better. Sometimes popping off the subject is an even better thing to do. But in the moment, we can go general with our thoughts. Well, I'm sure there are people who have been through what I'm going through, and they feel better now. I'm not the only person who's ever gone through this. It's gonna be okay. I mean, this isn't the end of the world. It sucks that this happened, but I can handle it. I don't have to give this my full attention right now in this moment. Abraham Hicks has a nice one, everything is always working out for me. And that can feel too stingy in the midst of negative emotion or a big negative situation or any negative situation, because you are creating at that point, so you don't feel like everything is working out for you. But then we gentle it, and this is how I gentle it, with everything is always working out for me. Even in this moment when I don't feel like it's working out for me, it is working out for me. And another great one that you can use for physical ailments, but you can use it for everything else. You can use it for situations that feel uncomfortable or that make you feel sad or make you feel disempowered or you're frustrated. Help is on the way. Because in the moment of the discomfort, we are asking for the improvement. Therefore, help is on the way. Therefore, Source, if we believe that, and we believe in Source, and I'm guessing if you're here you do, well then help is on the way, because ask it is given. It's right in the title. It's, lifted right from the Bible. Asking it is given. Okay, well, all right. I can soothe myself. I can go general with my thoughts. The sun came up today. I am breathing. My brain is working and doing things and allowing me to move these hands and move these lips and create vocal sounds with my tongue. Okay, all right. Got vocal cords. I got this, so I'm able to speak. That's a thing. That's a big deal. I'm able to move. That's a big deal. Even if I have pain somewhere in my body, I am able to move. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to swallow. So when it comes to resistance, it is your friend. Might not feel like it, but it is your friend. So you can just remind yourself of that. And you're caring about how you feel. So good for you on your awareness. Yay, I'm aware. I'm aware. So we can pat ourselves on the back for the awareness, which is a huge deal. Being aware is a huge deal. A lot of people walk around really upset for a long period of time because they're not caring about how they feel, and they just have felt so bad for so long, they figure that's all that there is, right? And that's why when their snowball is rolling down the hill, more and more crummy things keep happening to them. So if we are aware of how we feel and we want to feel better, that's something that we can pat ourselves on the back with and thank ourselves and thank Source and thank the Source within. So that's a powerful way to look at the resistance that we're feeling. And then we can say to ourselves, well, since I've asked and it is given, and the it is in the equation is my job, how do I do this? Well, I caught it early. I really noticed how I felt, which, yay me. My emotional and guidance system is working. Yay me. Okay. So I can be gentle and general with my thoughts. I'm doing all right. I'm honestly doing all right. I have a lot of gifts and talents. I am blessed in lots of areas. There are a lot of things in my life that are important to me and going very, very well. Whatever statement you can find in that realm that feels good to you. If it's a statement that doesn't feel good to you, then that is not a going general statement, right? Because that is a statement that is probably adding too much detail for where you're at. So you have to feel around the subject to find the statement that feels better for you. I couldn't do it when I first started this work, 2018, 2019. I couldn't do it when I would say, I love where I've been, because I had unresolved feelings around my past and I hadn't forgiven people in my life and forgiven myself. I highly recommend The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, the Toltec Wisdom book, for a wonderful exercise in there where you do forgive everyone. And so there's that. We all have things that we're working on. We're all at some level of development in this spiritual consciousness of being a spirit conscious inside a body. We're all trying to become God conscious in the body. So it just depends on where you're at with these kind of statements. And if you need to take it off of take the attention off of ourselves, because we're most hard on ourselves. We spent most time with ourselves. We've made the most mistakes. We know all of our mistakes. We know all of our flaws. And so sometimes it's hard to love anyway, because we live in a conditioned society. So to take away our attention from ourselves in that moment, it really is about the good feeling statement that has nothing to do with us. So it is about, I'm thankful that I have these people in my life. I'm thankful that the sun came up today. I'm thankful that I breathe. I'm thankful that my heart beat through the night and beats every day of my life. That is abundance. I am thankful for these blades of grass as I walk around my neighborhood. I am thankful for these trees that give me carbon dioxide, that take my carbon dioxide and give me oxygen. It's all about finding very general, good feeling statements on a subject where you have least resistance, because as you lessen resistance in one area of your life or spend time in an area of your life that feels consistently good, your vibration will raise on other subjects, right? It's just a process. So that's a little bit about resistance and a couple of tools to use when feeling negative emotion, when processing that you are experiencing a moment of resistance. Thank you.